We all know that sports drinks have been extremely popular in the sports industry over the last decades, with a plethora of elite athletes and teams using them before, during, and after training or games. Should you use them as well though? The short answer to that is yes. You can and probably should use them, but you need to do it properly, and this is exactly what we are going to talk about in today's video. Having said that, most of the marketed sports drinks are isotonic, but we will also make sure to talk about two other types of sports drinks, hypotonic and hypertonic ones. Before we go over the proper timing, selection, and a homemade recipe you can use if you don't want to buy one from the market, let's first go over what each sports drink is and has to offer. So, a sports drink, also known as an isotonic drink, is basically water containing a range of electrolytes such as sodium, potassium, and magnesium, as well as simple sugars. Their purpose is to replenish lost fluids, aka water, to retain more fluids during exercise, to avoid muscle cramps, and of course to give you a small boost of energy by replenishing some of the lost glycogen. Although they are mostly known as isotonic drinks, it is also worth mentioning two other versions of sports drinks, hypotonic and hypertonic ones. But what is the difference between them all? Let's go over that for a second, starting off with hypotonic drinks. So, hypotonic drinks are sports drinks that can slightly replenish your electrolytes and glycogen. Their content in water, electrolytes, and simple sugars is relatively small and not enough to replenish the concentration of water, glucose, and electrolytes that was present in your blood before starting your activity, hence why they're called hypotonic. For this reason, hypotonic drinks are preferably consumed before or during games and training to aid the overall hydration and carb loading process without leaving you with a heavy stomach. In contrast to hypotonic sports drinks, isotonic ones contain a similar concentration of water, electrolytes, and simple sugars to our blood while at rest, and that is why they're called isotonic. They are the most common version of them all, as their aim is to establish or re-establish normal levels of fluids, glycogen, and electrolytes. Note, however, that nutrient absorption will typically last a little bit longer compared to hypotonic drinks. Having said that, isotonic drinks are great to consume anytime around and during an activity. And now, onto the last one, hypertonic drinks. As you will surely understand by their name, they have the highest content of water, carbohydrates, and electrolytes from the other two options, over exceeding the concentration that is present in our blood. To be honest, they are not so common because this big concentration of carbs and electrolytes might leave most players feeling heavy. That is the reason they are commonly used as a recovery drink to sort of overload the body with fluids and nutrients and help it reach and possibly over-exceed its baseline levels of glycogen and minerals again. So, as a rule of thumb, you should generally prefer them after intense activity, not as a meal replacement, but more so as a way to complement a nutritious meal. Now that we've gone over the selection, let's talk about timing, and more specifically when it is considered a good time to consume them and when not. First of all, I would like to clear something up. Do not consume sports drinks as an everyday beverage or as a substitute to soft drinks, thinking it will magically turn you into an athlete that markets these drinks. Consume them only if necessary and as part of a healthy and well-structured diet. And in case you need more help with that, you can find two really valuable videos linked below. One talking about game day nutrition and the other one talking about hydration. Now in terms of the timing, during and around an intense activity, I would say that hypotonic drinks should be preferred before and during games, mainly because of their hydrating effect. Isotonic sports drinks are great for any instance, as their aim is to always bring your fluid, glycogen, and mineral concentrations back to normal without messing up your digestive system. And of course, hypertonic drinks would probably be better to consume post-game, as they are rich in water, simple sugars, and electrolytes. This might leave you feeling heavy, something you would definitely want to avoid before or during the game. Now, apart from the selection and the timing, one thing that I also wanted to address is that you don't need a high budget to enjoy a sports drink and get all the benefits it has to offer. I know the drinks that are available in the market might be a bit pricey for some of you, and it obviously isn't the most cost-effective choice if you want to consume them regularly. That's why I also wanted to share 3 really easy recipes you can try out at home and make your own sports drink, no matter if you want a hypo, an iso, or a hypertonic sports drink. With some simple tweaks, you can make any sports drink you desire, and at a much smaller cost compared to the drinks available in the market. And of course, the homemade ones do not contain all those additives and preservatives, which is definitely another plus. You can see the recipes on your screen right now, so make sure you screenshot them and try them out on your next training or game day. But before you leave, you might as well check this video out to really take your game day nutrition to the next level. Have a good one, guys.